Joe Zikas from YoChicago.com. I'm in Western Springs with Ann-Marie Hickey from Realty Executives, and she tells me I'm in a town where everybody knows everybody. And I'm told that she knows everything about Western Springs, and we're going to go out in the car and take a look.
Great. We're currently in the Old Town section of Western Springs. This section is right after you get off of 294. We're coming up on Laidlaw Grade School, which also has this wonderful park to the south of it, where some softball and baseball games are held and many tennis lessons are given on these courts. And we're going to head towards downtown. Everything's pretty close in Western Springs. It's only about 2.5 miles long. We have a population of about 12,500 people. Everyone does know everyone, as you said. We're like the Mayberry of the western suburbs. It's Mayberry, but yet we're close to the city, and we're very close proximity to both airports. Each one takes about 20 minutes to get to. So it's we kind of have the best of all worlds here in Western Springs.
If you're comparing, say, in some ways this is very comparable to like Wilmette on the North Shore.
It is. It is. We have fabulous grade schools like Wilmette, and probably comparable land. There are sections of Western Springs that have larger lots, just south of 55th Street and south of the tracks over here. I'll show you those. But yeah, I'd say that's a pretty good comparison. The one nice thing we have in Western Springs, we're coming up on a very well-known theater. We actually get some pretty famous actors and actresses that come and make appearances at this theater, and we have fabulous theater camps that are held here. And if you went further down the street, you'd see the recreation center, which has several gyms. A huge asset we have here in Western Springs is are the train tracks. In that we have quite a few people who commute downtown. We have express trains that get there very, very quickly. We have a new train station, which you can see right here ahead, and a very quaint downtown with things that everyone would want, and that's Oberweis Dairy, Starbucks coffee, Casey's Meat Market, and a fabulous bakery.
When my kids were small and I had business in Western Springs, we'd always stop for ice cream at Oberweis Dairy.
Oh, it's fabulous. It's not low in calories, but their milkshakes are hard to beat. And right next door we have a fruit store there. We just have just about everything you'd want in downtown Western Springs. We're coming up on just south of the tracks here, that Spring Rock Park, which is a haven for all the young and some of the adults in Western Springs as well. We have football fields here, lacrosse fields, soccer fields, 8 tennis courts, obviously a very nice playground. In the summer, this place is packed. We do have a great tennis program here in Western Springs, so you'll see in just about every neighborhood we have tennis courts, and then these 8 down here as well. There is a proposed underground tunnel, which will be a pedestrian tunnel, which will be going up in about another 1.5 years here in Western Springs. In the distance you can see our famous water tower. Western Springs is named for the Old Town Springs. We still work on well water. They're right now putting in a whole new reverse osmosis system. So we do have very good water out here. It's unusual, most suburbs are drawing water from Lake Michigan, but we still work on very good wells. And again, here we come from another perspective into downtown with just a good number of stores. We don't have as many as our surrounding suburbs. We have LaGrange is to the east of us, and Hinsdale is to the west of us. So we have, we're very fortunate in that in no time at all we can get to either place and shop.
What you do have compared to some of the other suburbs is you have kind of mom and pop, one-of-a-kind stores here. They're not.
We do.
It's not the chains that you find everywhere.
But we do also have the restaurant, which is right over here to your right. That is renowned. Paul Verant just opened another restaurant downtown. But people actually come from all over to go to that French bistro. It's very, very good. And we have a couple of other restaurants in here, a couple of other bistros and restaurants, and we do have a health club that's close to for everybody to walk to. And then in the middle of town, here's the police station.
Chicago has a number of very attractive near western suburbs. Elmhurst, Hinsdale, Clarendon Hills, Western Springs, Oak Park. Why do people pick Western Springs over some of the other options that they have?
Well, Western Springs is closer to the city than Clarendon Hills, or just a little bit closer than Hinsdale. But it's pretty comparable to Clarendon Hills, but it's larger, so we offer more real estate here. Again, people come for our schools. They come for the close proximity. I've lived here for 20 years. There's another great school over here, Field Park School, just north of the tracks. And here's one of these pedestrian tunnels that was put in about 5 years ago that we will again see on the western edge of town. We have a great, this connects not only this part of town, which is called Ridge Acres, to the northern part of town, because you don't want kids crossing the tracks. This is a street called Clausen in the Ridge Acres subdivision. If you went straight down the street, you would end up at the high school. In Lyons Township High School is the high school that all of Western Springs attends, and we are fortunate in that it's divided into two campuses. The southern campus is the freshman and sophomore campus, and they are that's here in Western Springs, and the northern campus is in LaGrange, which is just a mile away from where we are currently, and that houses the juniors and seniors.
I'm seeing a really terrific variety of housing styles as we drive around, Ann-Marie. Give me some idea of the range of prices for...
Well, like this one, you're over to our right. I mean, you can go from anywhere. Due to the housing market, Western Springs has held its value really overall, but there are, you can get houses here as low as very high threes, all the way up to in excess of $3 million. So there is, you're correct in saying there's quite a variety of styles. So again, the high school is in the distance, and then we have another shopping center here called the Garden Market, which is part of Western Springs.
So some of the 3-bedroom, bath and a half ranches or raised ranches that I've been seeing, those would be in the 300s?
Well, some of those, we have 2 bedrooms that really start in the 300s. Maybe a few of them would be low 4s, yes, depending where they are in town, and depending on the shape of the interior. But yes, you're correct. Now we are going down 47th Street, which is another thoroughway in Western Springs, approaching Wolf Road, which is the main street that goes through the main busy road that goes through our town. And then just south of 47th Street, we have an area called Forest Hills. And this section has quite a few homes that, almost all the lots in Forest Hills are 187 deep. So it has quite a few homes that have been torn down and new construction put in its place.
Looks like most of the block.
Yeah, well, most of all of the area would be. This goes from 47th Street down to 55th Street and goes all the way over to the highway. So yes, we do have quite a few large homes. And then there is a grade school for this area as well. So we have 3 main grade schools in Western Springs, part of District 101. And then the Ridgewood and the Springdale subdivisions of Western Springs attend the Highland School District, which is an unbelievable school district as well.
Is there much difference in performance among the different elementary schools?
Every year it's kind of funny because I think they compete, and it's always within a point of 2 or 2, but every year they compete for the bragging rights. And some years it'll be Forest Hills, and some years it'll be Laidlaw, and some years it'll be Field Park, but they're all good. And then they all feed into McClure Middle School. And then
they're all in the high 90s.
Oh,
so.
They are. Which we're fortunate. All the surrounding area is as well. So.
You have mature trees. You have beautiful streets here.
It is, and it's nice. Almost all of Western Springs, with the exception of Springdale and Ridgewood, have sidewalks.
Very broad setbacks.
Very nice.
Gives a nice open, spacious kind of feel to the streets.
It does, and because that's what a lot of people come to Western Springs, so they can walk to school. Their children can walk to school. They can walk to town. You'll see many adults walking to town in the morning between 5:30 and 7 o'clock, running to the train.
Now, you must have a no fence in the front ordinance here to.
Well, actually, I think people just don't. There are a few sections in town that have that you'll see houses that have usually on the corners. That you'll see houses that have small picket fences in the front, but for the most part, no. It's very open. People are friendly with their neighbors. I think that's what it is here. We have a taste of Western Springs that's done in the spring. Actually, I should say in the summer. It's the 1st of June. We have, there's all kinds of musical concerts that are held either on the Tower Green. I know we saw the tower in the distance over there, but there's a nice area that I'll take you to surrounding the tower where some concerts are held all the time. We have Easter egg hunts. I mean, it's a real family-oriented community.
And we're passing a tear down to our left.
Yes, a big home will go in that place, in place of what was there.
New construction would be all in the $1 million plus range here.
Oh yeah, most of the lots now, even we don't have too many lots that go for under 400,000. The one we just passed was 600,000. We have had lots going for 700,000 and 800,000. There was one that was actually just sold down here for just over $1 million for the lot. So yes, once the homes go in the place of those, they'll be upwards of the upper $1 million to $2 million homes.
Any condominium options for somebody who wants to get a toehold in the community?
There are townhomes just north of the tracks. There are a few townhomes south of the tracks. There's a whole area called the Commonwealth, which is closer to 294 on the west side of town. Many older adults who have sold their homes and wish to go to a condominium but stay in town, you'll find them in the Commonwealth. I think there are about 150 units in there. There's quite a few. So yes, there are definitely options for condominium living here. And a few townhouses over by the pool, and
there's that distinctive water tower again.
Right, and if you'll notice the green area around the water tower, that's where we have our, we call that the Tower Green, and that's where some of the concerts are held and our summer festivals. We are fortunate that we have a French market here once a week as well, which I know some other communities have. We also have just north, we're heading up that way now, to the library and quite a few preschools that are associated with the beautiful churches up here.
I know a number of people relocating might have kids with special needs, and how do the schools out here do in that regard?
They're pretty famous for, we have a LATSI program. I have actually sold to clients who come here just to be a part of our LATSI program. It starts from age 2, and then it's integrated into the schools, and it's incredible. We also have a C-SPAR program that has, we're part of a C-SPAR program. This is at Grand Avenue Center, which has a great preschool and daycare center. And then beyond that, you'll see the Village Club, which is, and I'm getting off track here for a minute, but this is the Village Club, which is a great social club. You can see it's a huge area, and people join for a couple $100, and we have fabulous parties in there. And beyond that, you'll see is our library, and beyond that is the middle school. So, but back to, the C-SPAR actually has recreation programs for the children with special needs as well. So we really cater to those needs.
if I'm a golfer, what are my options in the area?
Well, actually, there are a couple. We have a brand new links club that's just north of here called the Highlands. That's an incredible golf course, which was just done a couple of years ago. So that's called the Highlands Club. LaGrange Country Club is just to the south, just to the east of here. And to the south, we have Edgewood Valley Country Club. Butterfield is a little bit, about 15 minutes to the west of us. And then we have great public courses surrounding us. We actually have Flag Creek to the south, which is a little nine-hole, three-par course. Excuse me, par 3 course. And then we have to the north Fresh Meadows, which is an 18-hole course. It's really, really nice. Lots of options for golfers and lessons and such. And while I'm on that subject, I don't know why I'm thinking of it, we have lots of shopping close by as well. Oak Brook is about 15 minutes from here. They have a great shopping center.
Which has everything.
Yes, it does. It has every department store, and what it doesn't have further down the road, you'll find at Yorktown Mall. Lots of movie theaters, lots of...
Oak Brook has great restaurants too at the shopping center.
Right, and on the way from Oak Brook to Yorktown, you go down 22nd Street, and that's full of Capitol Grill and other new restaurants that are out there. You see the park here to the right. Again, we're just full of parks. We've really tried to maintain a lot of green space in Western Springs. Kids walking home from school now.
Beasley Law School is right up the street.
Right.
It does have the feel of Mayberry about it.
It does, yeah. We do, yeah. I always say it's not the town for you if you want to be anonymous.